Good morning, everyone. Dr. Victoria Scarbo here. Speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center in Wareham, Massachusetts. Today is Friday, July 1st, and the moon is in Leo. We have made it to July. Wow, what a June that was. What a May that was. God, what an April that was. We'll just keep going, right? Oh my goodness. And so we're like, oh yeah, okay, so things are gonna soften up and calm down, and not quite, folks, not quite, but at least there is a sense of some sort of semblance of sanity, even if it's just fleeting. So today we have two aspects. The day and the month starts. First aspect is a sesquiquadrate between the Sun and Saturn. This is a waxing sesquiquadrate, so it has the energy in the direction of Virgo. It's self-corrective. Self-corrective aspect, or we certainly that is the direction we need to move in. We can feel held back. This is a time when anyone with an enormous ego, especially if you are a leader or a former leader, and I put the leader in quotes, this is a time when you come up against this is the great humbling experience. This is the great humbling experience that lies between Leo and Virgo in the zodiac. You wonder how you go from Leo, full of self, to Virgo, not quite so sure of self, right? How does that happen? It happens at the sesquiquadrate. Jeff Green describes it as going from being at the top of the pyramid to the inverted pyramid and being at the bottom, with the pyramid in your gut, the top of the pyramid in your gut, and the whole rest of the pyramid upside down. And that's the feeling. Now, if you are the mighty and powerful Oz, this is not going to feel too good. If you're a regular folk, you'll be like, oh, I guess I have to make a couple of adjustments in the way that I present myself, or the way I put myself out there. That's kind of what this energy is. And because we're dealing with Saturn, it deals with the rules of the road, man. It's karma. It's as you sow, so shall you reap. And so there are many folks, namely one I'm thinking in particular, but many, many folks coming to terms with reaping what they have sown. And then on the other side, towards the end of the day, we have a square between Mars and Pluto. So, of course, Mars and Pluto are both rulers of the sign of Scorpio, and we do have the South Node in Scorpio, which is requiring us to look at the shadow in order to let go. And this first quarter square is a Christ in action square. People can be real mean with this one, so be careful out there, people, especially if people are feeling stressed, frustrated. And yet, what's really happening, the positive side of this, is that we are looking to build foundations for whatever intention was sown at the time that Mars and Pluto conjoined. And they conjoined at 28 degrees of Capricorn. That day, Venus was there as well. It was in March. It might have been March 3rd at that time. I think it was March. I know one happened. Yeah, it's right around March or April, but I think it was March. And of course, we were just in the throes of the Ukrainian crisis. So we remember what that energy felt like, right? How awful, how it felt like we had the bullies were in charge, and how could they do this to people? And so now we have this first quarter square where we feel the need to take an action. So it is a process. You will take an action, but the actions that you need to take are not out of anger or desperation or just wanting to raise everything. It is about building. It is about building the foundations so that you feel like you have more agency in your own life, more power in your own life. And so each one of us will do that in our own way. We have some beautiful roses here. It's really, really hot. It's not too early. I was out yesterday. I went into Boston. I went up to Boston to have lunch with some friends of mine who I've known for years, who live in Miami, and we're coming up for 4th of July. He had some sort of business thing, and then they were going to P-Town for the weekend, which I would love to go to P-Town for the weekend and spend more time with them. But the traffic, no way, Jose. So we're going to stay close to home and close to a couple of pools. I have a good friend with a pool, and I have a sister-in-law with a pool, and it's going to be, we're definitely taking a dip today, I think. In fact, I'm going to call her up right now. All right, guys, have yourself a wonderful day. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. And the Astrology and Kabbalah of July is coming up. I was going to do it, tried to finish it yesterday, but I had to run out. And by the time I got back from Boston, I was exhausted. So I'll finish that up this morning, and you'll get it this afternoon. Take care, everyone. Much love. Namaste.